like, yo,
where did
And I was like probably around 15, 16, 17. I was pretty promiscuous. And it was just like, oh, I like him. You know, I think I'm really
Right, she's been there since the very beginning. She was pushing, 26 when she was having intimate physical engagement with Danny Boy. He was 15, 16 years old.
But I think it probably was a kind of like quick domino effect on me, like, wait, but they gonna think, you know. I knew somebody was gonna think that it was supposed to be about it, but then again, I wasn't the one, you know, like I said, maybe it was bad.
The courtroom is heating up and a storm is coming straight for Diddy's circle. New whispers say Faith Evans is breaking her silence, and what she's saying could destroy more than just Diddy. According to insiders close to the investigation, Faith may have exposed Mary J. Blige as something no one saw coming, a madam, not a rival, not a background figure, not just a friend, but a madam for Diddy, helping him get women into his circle, knowing what might happen to them. So if you thought Mary was just an innocent bystander in Diddy's mess, think again. According to these explosive claims, Mary wasn't just in the room. She might have been helping run the show, and Faith may have just dropped the one truth that changes everything. Let's walk it back and connect the dots. When Faith Evans signed to Bad Boy Records in 1990, before she made history, she was the first female artist Diddy ever signed. She wasn't just another voice, she was part of the label's image, brand, and future.
Puffy gave you a start now with Diddy. Well, how do you think of him? He did your
I still call him Puff.
You still call him Puff? So
I think it was probably around 3 when I actually sang my first song in front of the congregation at church. I was pretty proficient at recording myself way before, excuse me, I was an actual recording artist. You know, I just used to enjoy those things. You know, I was always around it, you know, even doing little gospel records and stuff. When I actually got offered a deal by Puff, to be honest, I was just there to take my daughter's dad to the studio. They were actually trying to get a song placed on Usher's album, which Puff was executive producing at that time, Usher's first album. So I wasn't even there in the capacity of looking for a record deal. He needed someone to sing one line, and they knew that I could sing, so they called me out the lounge and 1 or 2 lines. But I'd already, again, been writing and arranging stuff around my little friends, Christopher Williams' little camp, who I used to, my daughter's dad was a part of his production crew. So, you know, it was just something I was good at, but I wasn't walking around the hallway singing at the top of my lungs so everybody could hear me. So when I went in and did these 2 lines and rearranged them, I asked him, Mr. Puff, you mind if I change it around a little bit? And I did, and I added all my arrangements and harmonies, and when I came out, he asked me, did I want to sign his new label? Like, just like that.
But behind the scenes, things weren't glamorous. They were cold, controlling. Faith said Diddy made her go tanning every other day. So she didn't look too pale. He told her she had to look like a star all the time, even when she was grieving her husband Biggie after Biggie died. Faith said Diddy forced her to sing I'll Be Missing You at the MTV Awards, even though she didn't want to perform. She said she cried and begged not to do it. Diddy told her to stop being difficult and made her get on stage anyway.
All the things that I felt weird about in the first place with him being here. And I just remember starting just praying as I was walking back to the car, like, oh my God, please let him be okay. Oh my God. Just like, yo, we gotta go to, I know where the hospital is. Like, I was a nervous wreck, but I had to get to where he was. I knew Cedars was the closest hospital. And Puff was like, stuttering and like, hold on, I'm gonna let you talk to the doctor. Cause I'm like, where is he? What? And the doctor just, you know, came and told me that he didn't, you know, basically he didn't make it.
Here's where things get darker. On the night Biggie was lived, he was supposed to be flying to London. That was the plan, but Diddy allegedly called and canceled the trip. He told everyone Biggie would stay in LA. Instead, one former Bad Boy executive said Biggie was supposed to be in London for a few days, then go back to New York. Diddy allegedly told him to cancel it last minute and said he wants to stay in LA. That same night Biggie was shot.
Sean P. Diddy, whatever his name was during that time, called late Friday night, early Saturday morning, saying he's not going to London. Call Arista, cancel it. You go. You represent it. You go. He's not going. He wants to stay here in LA. Now, I know for a fact that he was prepared to go, would have loved not to go if his label owner had only said, you don't have to go big.
He already had a division with Puff. Their relationship ain't what like people thought it was.
So at this time, has he already told you, yo, Gene, I know you love Diddy, Puff. If you didn't love him,
conversation a week before that.
Well, I'm telling you, you'd go with him. So everybody at this point, does everybody know he's gone? He's moving on. He's doing his own thing.
I think Puff knew it too.
Puff knew. Had they had the conversation yet, or not?
I don't know
yet?
if they had that conversation.
So is that public, or did somebody leak it to Puff? Like Puff is learning from somebody else that told him about Biggie's going to be doing his own thing.
Bruh, if you got to understand this, Clyde Davis and them had spent a lot of money. You understand?
Faith was already struggling at Bad Boy, but after this, she wanted out. She said she refused to even record at Daddy's House Diddy's studio. She didn't trust him. She didn't want to be there, but her contract kept her locked in.
Blige shooting?
Yes.
Never solved?
Unsolved.
Do you think it was a purposeful drive-by shooting or an accidental drive-by shooting? Boy, had no idea?
We absolutely believe it was purposeful.
It didn't make any sense. Her and Biggie. It didn't make any sense to anyone. It shouldn't have made any sense to them. Because they were married. It's funny. Ask me how long before they got
While Faith was stuck trying to survive Bad Boy, Mary J. Blige was rising fast. But instead of being an ally, Mary became a problem. Faith said she and Mary had a song together, Love Don't Live Here Anymore. After it came out, Faith got a call saying Mary wanted her voice off the track. And when asked to fix it by calling Mary, Faith said no, she hadn't done anything wrong.
The idea for me and Mary to get on the One More Chance remix was the Puff's idea. I mean, back then, everything he did was like an assembly line, like type of process. Like studios were all booked out, and you know he would hand a song from one person to the next. Oh, this needs a hook. Oh, this needs a bridge. Oh, this needs. I mean, so when he asked me to do the hook for the remix of One More Chance, he did. He knew that he wanted one part of it to be similar to the DRAGS record, but that wasn't until later. I actually went in and laid my part, the hook that I wrote for the remix first, and then he had Mary come in and do the line that's like the DRAGS song. But I mean, I was there when Mary came in. I think she was there when I did my part. And back then we were like all working on so much stuff together. You know what I mean? Like it was just fun. It was just another thing. The rumors that are surrounding our friendship are because we're so close, and people see that as real because we go out all the time. You know, but now I'm hearing different.
But that wasn't the only time Mary allegedly went after another woman. Years later, Jaguar Wright came forward and told a much bigger story. Jaguar didn't whisper, she spoke clearly. She said Mary J. Blige sabotaged her career from the beginning. According to Jaguar, when her first album came out, Mary went to the label and said, "If you promote her, I'm leaving." The label backed Mary. Jaguar said her whole promo budget was $3,500. That's it, no videos, no radio money, no support.
national radio budget was for Denials, Delusions, and Decisions?
What's that?
$3,500.
What?
So if you heard songs being played, it was because jocks loved my shit.
And the worst part, Jaguar said she outperformed Mary at their MTV Unplugged taping. Mary's applause allegedly edited, and after the fact, Jaguar's set had Jay-Z standing next to her cheering her on. MTV wanted to release it as a video, but they were told no, all because Mary made a call.
Enough dirt on the right person to get me past Hank Shopley, who was blocking me to protect Mary J. Blige's very fragile.
Jaguar also claimed Mary wasn't just sabotaging other women, she was helping Diddy behind closed doors. Jaguar said Mary was acting like a madam, bringing young women to Diddy and being part of the system that pulled them in.
One of those tapes that Courtney Burgess say that he never saw was with Diddy, a very 16-year-old.
The first time I saw Mary J. Blige being gay on camera at Death Row after hours. In the studio Mary J. Blige, who was a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah.
Diddy is now facing serious allegations in court, multiple lawsuits, federal investigations, and disturbing details about his private life. Women have said they were forced into situations they didn't agree to. There are claims of secret parties, hidden cameras, and long-standing physical harm. And in those claims, people are asking who else was in the room. Mary's name keeps coming up. There are photos of her with Diddy and Cassie hand in hand years ago. There are blind items saying Mary knew what was going on, that she didn't stop it, that she may have even helped organize it, and now Faith Evans may have just confirmed those suspicions. Back in 1995 at the Source Awards, Suge Knight got on stage and called out Diddy in front of the whole industry. The tension was real. Interview 1055/1144. Later that night at the Tunnel nightclub in NYC, Suge and Diddy crossed paths again face to face. It didn't get violent, but things were tense. But here's where it turns. That night, Mary J. Blige, Misa Hilton, and other women were all seen arriving at Suga's hotel suite. People who were there said they weren't just hanging out, they were ready to do whatever Suge wanted. Interview 12:03/12:23. One of the men who was part of the crew said you couldn't leave your girlfriend or baby mama around Suge, not even the ones you didn't like. That's how deep the control went. And when asked about Mary, he refused to say much, but the silence said enough. Interview 1235/1318. Let's be clear, Diddy is being accused of running a system, a network, a setup where women were used, discarded, and silenced. And now Faith Evans is allegedly telling investigators that Mary was more than just a witness, that she was his madam, the one who brought in new women, the one who kept things quiet, the one who shut down other women who got too close to success. According to insiders, Faith has told the court that she saw how Mary moved, that she saw how women would show up one day full of hope and disappear days later exhausted, changed, or silent. Faith never spoke on it publicly until now. One of the ugliest parts of this entire situation involves a rumor that's been around for years, that Mary once got pregnant by Diddy and was pressured to end it, and that Kim Porter, Diddy's ex who passed away, knew all of it and was planning to write a book exposing everything. Interview 14:01/15:29. Now, with Faith possibly testifying, this story may come out for real in court under oath. And if that happens, there's no walking it back. Fans are asking, how did all of this go on for so long? The answer may be simple, because women like Mary were allegedly helping cover it up. She had the image, the awards, the name. People didn't question her. But behind the scenes, Faith and others say she was pulling strings, ending careers, blocking talent, and giving Diddy the support he needed to keep going. Now those secrets are being dragged into the open. So Diddy's trial is still ongoing, but the damage is already spreading. If Faith confirms what insiders are saying, then Mary J. Blige could face real consequences, not just in the industry, but legally. Because being a bystander is one thing, being the madam who helped him, that's a different story. Like, comment, hit subscribe, and let me know your thoughts below. Do you believe Faith is telling the truth? Is Mary J. Blige part of a bigger cover-up? And who's next to speak up? Because guys, this is only chapter